Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the CRL B stream this Friday evening. I hope you're having a great night. You are here on the College Cardball channel. Joining you is Hunted and Squid. We are on our last series of the evening, and it looks to be a great one.
It certainly does, and what a way to round out another wonderful week of CRL. Of course, the A stream taking place on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and now here we were on Thursday and Friday. So it will be a fantastic one to round out the night. Miami versus Stockton. I have to say, I'm rather excited. Two teams rather close to each other in the standings for the Eastern Division. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy with ending the talking there, but I don't think we're quite ready for our match. So let's keep it on for just a moment longer.
Yeah, I definitely think both teams need this win, right? I mean, Miami, they've looked good against some teams, not great against others. Stockton, you can kind of say the same. They've been a little bit inconsistent this season, and we're getting down towards the end. There's only 1 week left. They still have to win in all of their games, but it's time to start ramping up and making a push for that playoffs. And if you can beat a team that's kind of right level with you in the standings, it can be a big catalyst moving forward.
Yeah, and I think I'm looking at the standings. We're just going to reference them real quick here. Miami currently sitting at 4-5. They are 7th in the Eastern Division, so they're just barely on the edge. Stockton at 3-3 could still make an impact, though. So this is going to be a huge swing series for both of these teams. This best of 5 going to make a large difference, directly impacting each other's ability to make it into the playoffs. But that's enough of us talking. We know that a lot of people don't necessarily enjoy the talking league. I personally do. I know me and some others personally do, but we got the game up and running for you. Best of 5 coming your way between Stockton and Miami.
Yep, game number 1, 5 minutes on the clock. We'll see how this one plays out. Game number 1 is going to be so very important. As soon as the players sort themselves out enough to get it started, looks like they did. Yes, they did. So we are going to be getting underway now. Game 1. Between Stockton and Miami. Stockton in blue, rival 11 in Midas. Miami in orange, dark, Gino, and large. And the big name for the Miami club, Squid, has to be Gino.
And actually, I have to say that if I'm looking at these right, I believe the players actually joined the opposite teams that they were supposed to. So it's a bit of an interesting situation, but either way, Midas is going to be putting the first one on the board for Miami. You are actually in the blue, so let's not get confused there. But a great pass on rival and a beautiful doink into the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, that's going to be confusing. Okay, I apologize. I introduced the team for the wrong color. But yes, Miami in blue, Midas rival in 11, in orange, Stockton large, dark, and Gino Cop. So 1-0 lead for Miami. Very early on in this game.
Okay, so turns out we're just getting a little bit of a word in edgeways from production. We're going to have to reset the match because the players were not on the right team. Well, you know, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. I have to say, you know, these things do happen, but well,
you know, it's funny because it's kind of like the age-old thing. It wouldn't be Rocket League without something happening during our stream. This honestly is the first time I think this has ever happened where the teams joined the wrong team. We had to restart the server, but we will get into game number 1 very shortly. And again, we've been saying it throughout the night, and I do want to reiterate it again. We want to hear what you have to say about the Collegiate Rocket League. Use the hashtag CRL19 to tweet at us any of your thoughts. Cheer for your favorite team. Tell us how you think the games are going. And, you know, send us your best memes. I love all of the memes when they do come in.
Yes. Please,
you can have a chance to show up on the stream here. So use that hashtag CRL19. But, yeah, teams are rejoining the new lobby now. Again, Stockton and Miami. This is such an important game for both teams.
It well and truly is. And I talked about the standings a moment ago, but I mean, we got to consider that there are 15 games in a season for each of these teams. So Miami currently sitting at 4-5 again, and Stockton at 3-3. There will still be plenty of chance to, you know, influence their place in the standings later on. However, it would be very nice for them to directly influence their competitors' records right here and now. So a win here for Stockton would help even out the scale, but Miami could really pull away and advance their position in the standings. We got the game ready to go, though. Players on the field, the true Game 1 here. Our final form of Game 1 now underway with those 5 minutes we promised.
Looks like they joined the correct teams this time, so let's introduce them one final time. Why not? In blue, Stockton, dark, Gino Kopp, and large, and in orange, Miami, rival 11 and Midas. So we are underway. Game number 1. So 11 has to clear this out of his own zone. Large tries to keep it in. Midas actually gives the ball away to dark there. Rival to collect, goes over top of dark and large. Gino, the last player back. We talked about him briefly, but Gino Kopp, if you are a fan of Rocket League and you have been for a while, you should certainly recognize the name. RLCS player back in the day.
Yeah, seasons 1 and 2 in particular, and I believe he also made a bid at the Rivals Series in Season 4 as well, being a starter, but he's kind of dropped off since then. Opting to move into the CRL, but he's got that experience necessary to lead his team. We'll see how effectively they can perform in this game. A minute has come and gone now with no goals scored on either side, but a beautiful double tap, and Gino's able to make the 50-50 to get it away.
11 to keep it in, tries to go by Dark. It's going to bounce way up high. Here comes Rival. It's challenged by Gino. Dark, nifty little pass over towards Large. He goes by Midas, one-on-one against 11, tries to stuff it near side, can't quite do it. Gino's looking for the pass out towards Dark. Rival with a solid touch to clear it away. Minute and a half gone by, game number 1, still scoreless.
A good cutoff just a moment ago. Gino ensuring that the pass wouldn't have any sort of significant impact on the defensive side. Bit of a scramble right there in front of the net. This could turn dangerous at any moment. Midas comes in, but he's a moment late, and Rival will have to try and recenter that one. Gino going to gain a little bit of ground for Stockton as they seek to move into the offensive end, and now Dark backwards wins the challenge right there. Interesting play to say the very least, and now Miami on the back foot.
Here's Midas, tries to play this out towards Large. Back wall, Dark gets credit for his shot there, but it wasn't too dangerous. Now Gino to the corner. 11 doing his best to try to find a clear. Can't get by Dark, though. This is towards the net. Gino's there! Off the crossbar! Gino tries to sneak it home. Can't quite do it. We remain scoreless as halftime comes and goes.
That quality opportunity it was. Maybe wish they had that one back, but in any case, I mean, there's another opportunity. He's going to have redemption as Gino plants that one firmly in the center of the net.
This is just a soft touch from Gino. Good pass off the wall. He reads it well. Just the lightest touch, that's all that's necessary. Doesn't want to overshoot that. Stockton on the board first. It took them just about 2.5 minutes to find the first goal, but they do so. Take the 1-0 lead. Now it's up to Miami here, Squid. They've got to respond. They've looked good, but they've only mustered 1 shot so far in this game.
Yeah, and they did have a couple of opportunities you mentioned, but Gino on that back line with that one save, that one key save to match that one shot, I suppose. And a good one it was, but that's going to be all about Large, taking that one directly from the opponent and putting it forward.
And this is another play just off that corner wall. Signal's getting crossed by Miami in the corner. That is an easy play for Large to make. He'll go dead center. It's 2-0 now, minute 57. It's up to Miami to score these 2 goals. They've got to find some offense here. 1 shot, certainly not going to cut it at this point. This has been a good start for Stockton. They have really kind of shook the game 1 jitters here early on in this game, and they're looking to make a statement, try to put this series as far away from Miami as possible.
Definitely, and the control definitely lying in their favor at the moment with 8 shots on the board. That one's going to go a little bit high for Miami, so they're not going to be able to turn that one in. But now with only 80 seconds on the clock, things have got to be feeling pretty good if you're on the blue team. That was going to be another opportunity. Large just could not put enough power on the ball. It'll be sent back down the other way. Stockton only needs to play this defense, but a beautiful dunk. Rival reads it all the way, and he scores the first one for his team.
Yeah, he was looking for 11 on the pass, and 11 pressures Gino just enough to force him to have to touch that in a way he wasn't too happy with. Rival with the dunk, and all of a sudden, a one-goal game with 68 seconds to go. Midas almost got that over top of Dark. That would have been the equalizer if he would have done so. Solid challenge. Keeps us going. Final minute. Whiff by 11 towards the net from Gino. That's off the mark. And the rebound's not going to fall in. That was an opportunity for Stockton to take the game.
Oh, but here comes Dark. No, he can't put that one on target either. Instead, opting to keep possession. Gino's coming at this one. Double tap opportunity? No, not quite. 11 will get that one to Midas. And you can see Miami trying to transition out by finding their teammates. Midas just has to push it to the wall where Dark is waiting. Has Gino as the option in center. Passes out in front. Rival's able to get a piece of it into the corner. A dangerous dribble. But he's able to get that one necessary bit. Dark towards the net. Again, can't put it on target. There's still life here, Miami.
So far, it's been good from Stockton to kill as much time as possible, and they will find this clear as well. We are approaching the last 10 seconds now. Rival looking for 11, but Large is going to cut it off. Out in front. Bounces way out. There's Dark. He'll put the nail in the coffin of game one. It's a 3-1 lead now for Stockton, and they have spread the love on offense.
They certainly have, and I mean, look at the shot count. Totaling 14 split amongst their three players, as you mentioned, in Miami only putting up 2 marks in that column. So this has definitely been a one-sided game, and you could tell a complete chokehold from Stockton, keeping Miami locked on their own half for the majority of the second half of this game. Incredible showing overall.
It was really a great ending to that game from Stockton. They let up that one goal. That could have been the moment they fall apart, and Miami quickly capitalizes on a second. But they didn't let it go. They said, we're just going to pressure. We're going to play our game. We're going to steal your boost and play offense. That is exactly what they did. Even though they didn't score, it didn't matter. They wasted about 90% of all the time that was remaining for Miami, and they just couldn't get anything working.
Yeah, but I mean, for Miami, the one takeaway that I have is that they only had 2 shots on target. One of them was very close to being a goal, and the other one was. So even though they didn't have that many opportunities on the offensive end, they were still able to make use of what they had. So if you're Stockton, you can't sleep easy yet. This is just the beginning of this series of 5. You have to give due diligence throughout the entire next couple of games, next maybe 3 or 4 games, if it comes to that.
I would not be surprised if it came to all 5 games in this series. It is such a close matchup. Really, I'm surprised that Stockton was able to control the pace of play as much as they have, because Miami is such a fast team. We'll see what changes they make heading into game number 2. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit higher scoring in this one.
Absolutely not. Miami having to try and break out of that hole that really was dug for them by Stockton at the end of the last match. We'll find out if anything has changed here at the beginning of game number 2. Dark and Midas going against each other for the face-off. Rival gets the first piece of it after the fact, but Gino is still there on the wall, already pushing this one way downfield into the orange corner as Rival will pick up. Now a shot towards the net should be pretty open, and Midas gets called off, but it's off the crossbar and away, and he bets he wishes he was there now, because Dark will be able to drive it straight to the corner, and Miami going to walk away with nothing.
Yeah, that's a tough read from Midas. Unfortunately, he reads it wrong, but Rival is there to knock it home. I don't even think he needed that touch, but does it in style. It's a 1-0 lead for Miami.
Yeah, good initial touch there by Dark, but 11 was waiting for it. And, you don't have much chance of saving that ball with Rival, driving it all the way to the other corner. Masterfully played by Miami, and they have the first goal.
It's only 29 seconds in that they find that first goal, so off to a quick lead. Go Miami, Ohio. This ball plays down. There's Gino. Across the box towards Dark. Large is in mid waiting for a pass. 11 gets up to challenge him. Still Gino to keep things rolling. Midas just trying to play a little bit of keep away now. Our Stockton. Large keeps it going. There's nobody really out in front, so Midas is going to take his time. Opts to go for the boost. This could put them in an awkward position if Midas can't get a handle on this. They got to use 2 players in the corner. This opens up some space for Gino. It's going to bounce down out in front, but it is cleared away. come away with a bit of some defensive miscues to Miami, but they haven't been punished yet.
Not yet, but I think the one thing that really catches my eye is that they managed to put a demo against Gino, bought him a lot of time, but spending all of that time in the corner allowed for Stockton to reset their offensive rotation regardless of being a man down for those couple of seconds. Something you really have to make use of. They are leading, sure, I'll give them that. They're leading 1-0, they can play defensively, they can afford to sit back and let their opponents crash against the shoreline, but at this point, you want to be careful about that.
3:10 to go. Been a valiant defense so far from Miami. Find themselves on the offensive side of the ball now. Want to add on to their lead if possible. Nobody going to touch that one. Eventually it's cleared away by Large. And now Rival beyond Dark has Midas in mid. Hard off the back wall. Large doesn't find the touch. Gino a light one, but 11 keeps the ball rolling. Bit of a double commit. This is going to hurt. Here comes the transitional play. Dark one-on-one with Midas. Good play from Midas to challenge early. Now Rival with a counterattack of his own, and he'll score. Miami up 2-0, 2:28 to go.
What a turnaround by Rival. It looked like he was eyeing his ball from the very beginning because he was quick. Oh my goodness, quick as lightning to get on that one. Turning what was a Stockton counterattack into a Miami counterattack, if you will. So they have that 2-goal lead here at the half.
Counterattack. Indeed, it's like a game of war. Defend and immediately counterattack. But you cannot be overzealous with your attacks, as we've seen in this series. Dark will find one back. Again, the defense a little shaky from Miami. This has got to be a clear.
Yeah, with 3 people on the ground while that ball is headed towards the backboard, you know that something has gone wrong. Am I even going to have to say it again? I think I'm going to have to say it again, Haunted. If you leave that backboard open, you might as well just have an open net.
Can somebody just tweet that at us? Just quote Squid, tweet that at us, hashtag CRL19, just for the meme of it all.
It's going to be on the test, okay? When you get the question on your test, what is an open backboard, you best know the answer. I'm going to have an issue, all right? I will have an issue.
Look, you don't want to see Squid mad, guys. Please just answer it correctly. But either way, this could be the opportunity they need. Gino over top of everyone. Stockton ties up the game. And this time, it's just out of position, uncharacteristic play for Miami.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's an open backboard, if the net is also just open. So, I mean, metaphorically it was open, but also literally completely open. Kind of hard to make a save on a ball if you're not there.
Well, they were unable to make that save as Midas tries to return the favor, but he goes just a bit high. With 90 seconds left in this game, at least in regulation time. Dark has a chance. Oh, he just hit the crossbar. 11 awkwardly plays it away. Dark's still there. All 3 players bunched up. It's going to go off the back wall. Large will score. Stockton completes the comeback. It's 3-2.
An excellent pass off the backboard here from Dark, finding that one excellent spot for purchase. Rival and 11 both wanted their hands on that one, but could not make the play. Large comes in from the side and has an easy job cleaning it up. Stockton, as you mentioned, they are back into this game. They've got the lead.
Now it is just falling apart for Miami. That's a great demo from from Large as well. This one bounces out in front. That's not the greatest touch, though. And all of a sudden, we are tied at 3. And it's crazy to me that this has just been a game of defensive errors.
Yeah, Large just wanted to keep position of that ball. But that, I feel like, was the worst possible position for that ball to head off to. Bouncing off of his car, and then he falls off the side post. Can't do much about that. Now it looks like Miami actually opting for a fake face-off.
Hasn't quite worked out yet. They will eventually find a clear, so they at least get into the offensive side of things off that kickoff. 3-3. 50 seconds left in regulation time. Game number 2. Stockton have a 1-game lead in the series. Miami looking to tie things up. Next goal, so very important. Play out of the orange corner. Dark across the box into the far corner. Now Midas goes beyond Gino. Dark to control. It's by 11, not by Midas. Now down in front, good clear from Gino. But still, Miami keep the pressure on. The Rival has an opportunity. Large cuts it off. Here's Midas looking for Rival. He's there in the corner. Dark up on the back wall to make the play. Both teams playing cautiously. Nobody wanting to make that mistake. This could be it, though. Good cut from 11. This is looking like overtime unless there's no play there. Good reaction speed from Rival. Covers up for his teammate. We're in overtime.
Yeah, textbook kill there from Miami. Playing on that offensive side, they were playing a safe third man as they had to retreat downfield. There was never much of a question that they were going to drive to OT. That was a close call. Gino was there. Earns a savior medal with that touch away. But Miami overall playing a very safe end to that regulation. Not wanting to give up the last goal before OT.
Rival already has a hat trick in this game. Would love to make it 4. Great pinch, but it's not hard enough to beat the defenders. We've played 30 seconds into overtime. This is a bit of an overcommitment from Stockton. Gino, last man back, but he does make the play. 11 up for it, blocks Dark, and another double commit. But Miami, they don't have the boost, they don't have the possession to go and punish this Stockton overcommitment. Almost due there, but Dark makes the play.
And for Miami, honestly, not having that boost would have been a huge bane for them trying to move downfield. But at the same time, they did not allow Stockton to keep them trapped in their own half of the field. So even though that double commitment didn't result in a goal for on the Miami side, they were at least able to make the baseline play of getting it out of their own defensive end, and a great touch there from Rival to keep things alive for them.
One pops up in mid, 11 to clear it back down. We've played nearly a minute and a half in overtime. Great demo onto Midas by Gino in mid, and he starts the breakout. There's Dark, double touch opportunity. What a save from 11. Keeps things going in OT. Midas to clear. Gino has to hustle back and make this play.
A beautiful save again. Leaving that backboard open could be incredibly dangerous, but he was there making that save, reading it the whole way. Able to get it out in the end, but Stockton continued to push downfield. Dark can't make any touch out of that. But Gino will have his hand on it. Now 11, driving downfield, decent amount of boost, but loses that contest fantastically, and Dark almost interfering with Rival's aerial there in front of the net, and things going a little bit awry here for Miami, but they do get it away with a pinch.
Not the greatest touch by Dark, gives it away, but Large is there to help his teammate out. And still the ball is in the Miami zone. Gino towards the front of the net. Rival, solid touch, and 11's up to clear. We can't get the follow-up, but Rival will. Pass out in front. Midas is there. That's on net. Gino doesn't make it. He scores. It's 4-3 Miami, and the series is tied.
And Gino coming off the back wall here, didn't jump and just didn't know exactly what was going to happen to his car. If he flipped in a certain situation, could be such a strange and confusing spot to be in. And couldn't come away with the save. Miami taking the win as a result. Oh my goodness, such a back and forth game. Stockton, you got to give credit though, coming back from a significant deficit there. Or at least what could have been considered a significant deficit for at least momentum purposes, but overall, just a brilliant game from both sides, I have to say.
And I think, honestly, if you're Stockton, that's going to sting a little bit. It felt like they were in the Miami zone for a good portion of that overtime period. They really just weren't able to commit the right resources at the right time, put the players in the spots they needed to. Of course, it's risk-reward, right? I mean, you get scored on one time, the game is over. And it really felt like they didn't want to commit that third man too early, and they lost a couple opportunities because of it. But either way, Miami played a solid game from start to finish. They take the series tied up now into game number 3. And I'm really looking forward to how game 3 goes.
Oh, absolutely, because Miami now looking a lot more solid, led by Rival. I mean, that's no really extension of the truth. Rival with the hat trick, as you mentioned, driving his team basically single-handedly into OT. And Stockton, I mean, they had so many good passing plays coming off the back wall. You got to give them props for that. 11 with a diving save, blocking on a double touch from Dark in overtime as well. You know, there's so many opportunities for either of these teams to make a strike happen at any given time against their opponents that it's a volatile game. It really is.
If you are a Stockton fan or a Miami fan, I would love to see your tweets supporting your team in this super close series. Make sure to use the hashtag CRL19. Give your team that energy they need to win this series. It has been a close one so far, and we've got at least 2 more games to go. We are 30 seconds into game number 3. Dark out in front, good clear from 11. Gino by Rival. Keep the ball in the corner for now. The players argue in the corner. Dark doesn't want Rival to touch it, play in the game of keep away from Rival, but eventually the ball will clear away from the Miami corner, but we're right back there.
Yeah, I love how you put that, by the way. Players having an argument in the corner. I mean, it does seem like the most accurate way to put it, because the ball will go back and forth, but never really seems to definitively go in one direction or the other until you get that one challenge that comes through, and Large barely blocked out there. Looked like he had the angle on net. Was blocked out by the defense. And I have to say, Miami's defense has looked like it's scaled up since game number 1. It looks a lot more impressive now than it did before. Great cutoff just to solidify my point by 11.
We'll see if that defense can hold against quite a relentless offense from Stockton, especially when they get into their solid rotationary play. Gino is going to watch this one fall. He'll eventually turn and get by Midas. By Rival as well. Last man back is 11. He has to try to dodge the demo. Dark is there. About 4 touches before the ball falls down, but no follow-up. Rival does find the clear. 11 to take it. Gives the ball away, and a bit of a double commit's going to leave Midas back in his own zone, but again, really no commitment on either side, and it's not due to lack of trying, but eventually Gino finds the goal after a little bit of a mix-up in the defensive end.
Yeah, and I have to say that Miami, they impressed me with their defense so far, but what exactly happened here? The third man, incredibly slow on that ball. Maybe a physical play. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and say it was either a physical play against or just a lack of boost. But in any case, that's definitely not the spot that you want to be in. By any means, I'm relatively certain you didn't need me to tell you that. The Stockton have the lead regardless.
That they do as we approach halftime in Game 3. Miami looking to counterattack, however. Good touch from Large. Here's Rival out of the corner. Runs on to Gino. Force him away, but now he's got an opportunity against Rival. Maintains possession in the corner. But it's going to be Large now to try to find any kind of angle he can. Just wants to keep the ball moving. We've seen a lot of corner play in this series, much more than we normally expect from these teams. They really just, it's almost like the dump and chase kind of style in hockey where you play that heavy forecheck, really just try to force the ball into a good position for your team, and it leads to a lot of these corner battles.
Well, I'll agree with you on most of those points. I mean, I don't really know what a forecheck is, to be perfectly honest, so I can't agree with you. I can't really agree with you there because I don't know if that's accurate or not. I'm just gonna take your word for it because generally you're usually right about these, so I'll take your word for it. But I have noticed the same. Stockton, they seem to win a lot more out of the opposing corner than their opponents do while defending. So I got to give them the benefit of the doubt there. They seem to be using the corner to great advantage. Here's another opportunity out of the corner. Gino passed down to Dark, was cut off momentarily. Now Large up to Dark, but again, Rival is there to meet it.
This one will fall down towards the box. I guess it is MLB playoff season, right? Maybe I should be using more baseball references.
Can you reference baseball here?
I'm sure we could find a way. That'll be our challenge.
I'll do it. I'll make something happen.
Okay, I'm really, really excited to see what you can come up with. We still have a game on our hands. Only a 1-goal lead for Stockton. 52 seconds to go. Good challenge by Gino. Here's Rival. Quick shot. There's Large to turn it around. Time being slowly wasted now. Dark, that's not the greatest play. This could give rise to an opportunity if 11 can get the touch. This comes out of the corner. Gino's there first. With 25 seconds left, Miami's still kicking.
Whoever wins this will be moving on the match point, so important swing game here. Large up to Gino, gets one extra touch, but 11 is there first. Stockton just need to waste time at this point, so they're perfectly content to let this ball just linger in the opposing half. Gino taken out by 11. Midas going to try and play it up the sidewall. Great touch there by Large. A lot of interruption here, and they have no possession as this ball will be touching the ground. Dark almost hitting that one back up to 11, but it's not quite there. And Stockton at game 3.
You know, really, I think the biggest difference between what we see from Stockton at the end of the game and what we see from Miami is that Stockton are able to end the game when they have the lead. Miami, they struggled with the lead. They let Stockton come back in that game. And, you know, Stockton, they have these leads and they foster them. They make sure that they, they maintain possession of the ball. They keep the ball in the offensive zone. But I am hearing that we do have people tweeting at us, Squid, about this game. Let's take a look at some of those real quickly.
Let's do exactly that.
Hashtag CRL19. Hey, Miami, welcome to the dark side. Let's go, Stockton. That's beautiful.
It is.
It has certainly been.
All the players have been doing their part. Dark is no exception to that. So I have to say, well, quality punt. Very punny. I like. But we got one more. Let's go ahead. CRL19, if you leave the backboard open, you might as well leave an open net. I mean, preach it. Come on. This guy's just straight backs out here. Come on. I love this guy. I love this man.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Somebody give this man a medal.
I'm definitely going to have to go and find that tweet after we are done. Save that in the history books, certainly. Thank you so very much for that. But
I am satisfied. All right, we could end tonight right now, and I would be satisfied.
I wouldn't be. I want to see how this ends.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'd be satisfied even if I didn't know because of that.
Well, either way, we have a game number 4 on our hands. Stockton in the lead 2-1 over top of Miami. They must win the game for them if they want to see a game number 5. Large plays this into the corner. Here comes Rival to clear it away. Important first goal. Certainly if Miami can find that first strike, it'll give them a lot of confidence. But again, we've seen them play with a lead, Squid, and it's never secure.
And I mean, you're talking about the first strike as well. And think of Stockton, who managed to win the last game with just one. Well, that's going to be all the more important, probably weighing heavily on their mind should they go down. Gino for a shot on target, and it's there, but Rival bats that one away. We'll send it onto the back wall. Nothing? All right, whatever. I'll get a different MLB pun. You're coming soon. All right, you know, I tried. I did my best. I got more. Don't worry. I got more.
You did. And
here's Gino for a shot on target right in the strike zone, and he'll pick up the first goal for Stockton.
Beautiful play from Stockton, and they put themselves in the lead, up 1-0. And Miami, this is game number 4. I can't believe it.
What can't you believe? Come on.
It's game number 4 for Miami. It's 2-1 in the count, Squid. They cannot take another striker. They are out of this series.
I was thinking about making that pun. Come on, hunt it. Come on. I was thinking about using the 3 strikes and you're out. Now I can't.
Well,
oh, dear.
Now you have to be creative.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Miami, you can't walk. You can't take your base on balls. So unfortunately, that's not going to be an option here.
And you know, it is quite funny because our broadcaster, B-Dog, big shout out to B-Dog. Thank you for everything that you've been doing throughout the night. He is quite a baseball player himself. So,
and a fan, I've heard.
Yeah, I'm sure that he is absolutely loving our terrible baseball puns, but we still have a game.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to take a moment to throw this out there, but Dark just had basically what amounts to a completely open net, nailed it off the post, and doinked it into an unplayable position for his teammates. That's beautiful. But I guess he'll get it back anyway.
He'll get it back immediately after. Wonderful play from him in the corner. He gets it by all 3 players, but this is not what you want to see from Miami. Why did he have 3 players in the offensive corner?
I don't know. They're just playing bunch ball, all of them trying to field a bunt, I guess. So, no.
Oh my God.
please, Hunter, come on, I need some feedback here. Am I doing well? Am I doing bad?
You said that while I was taking a drink of water. So I had my microphone muted. So you didn't hear me laugh initially. It wasn't good.
You know what? That sounds like a personal excuse to me. You know, this man trying to just come out here and ruin my amazing baseball puns.
They have been quite good. Quite good. We still have a game on our hands. It's 2-0 game, in fact, for Stockton. But that pinch is going to change things. 2-1 now. The pinch.
The pinch, it might as well have been a pitch. That thing taking 73 miles an hour straight down the middle. And unfortunately, there's nobody at the plate to receive that one. So now 2:09 on the clock, and Miami only trail by 1.
Ooh, boy.
I put out a couple of good ones there.
You did. You certainly did. I definitely need to save this spot afterwards. We got to go through and clip them.
Why don't you do that?
Make a squid highlight reel of MLB puns. Beautiful.
In any case, 1:50 left now. That's Miami. Now desperately looking to get back into this one. Gino with a long bomb downfield. Driver will play back into the zone. Dark has been tossed out of his own end. The large will play it out of the backfield, if only temporarily. Now within the final 90 seconds, we're approaching. Good shot here out of the corner. No, rival denied by the Ironworks. And it looks like there was a cork in the bat for that one because that thing got launched away.
Well, with 1:20 to go, it's 2-1. Still in favor of Stockton. Good demo on the backside. On to Midas. 11's up for it now. Actually calls off Midas here. As now Midas trying to get this around Dark. They haven't been able to penetrate this offensive zone. Stockton doing a great job of playing defense. They know what to expect from Miami. Certainly feels like the shift is on here, Squid. As Miami has been playing right into the hands of Stockton this entire game, and we talked about how good they are at closing out these matches. They have to do it one final time if they want to win this series. Midas has to make a save on the goal line. Still buzzing our Stockton. This could be the clear they need. Dark gets there just in time.
Doing a great job fielding that pop fly and keeping it in the defensive half for Miami. They're now in very dire straits here. Bottom of the ninth coming up in these final 20 seconds. Rival making a save there, but can they keep it out of their own end? Not quite straight onto their own back wall, but they do win that 50-50. And Portman at that. Midas now looking for a pass back, but nobody's there. Now 11. Passing towards center. They're going to have to pull somebody from the outfield here. His rivals waiting on the back line. Can he make anything out of this? Pops it up, but Gino has so much space to work with. Actually keeps it alive, and Midas is there to field it as well. 0 seconds still on the clock. That's not going to change anytime soon. Gino out of the corner. 11 keeps it alive. I feel like this is a 0 second we're going to watch for a long time. But last man has been bumped out, and Stockton secures it in 3 games. Or sorry, 4 games. 3 games that they won.
Well, Stockton taking the victory. And again, I just have to mention that it comes down to them being able to close out games. I think all 3 of their wins were 1-goal games. And they were able to keep Miami at bay for the longest time, especially in this game. It felt like a minute and a half that Miami just had absolutely no penetration in the blue zone. And it's because of the way that Stockton was able to keep things away from their goal, keep everything to the outside, just protect the president, if you will, that is the net. Let nobody near it, and it worked to perfection.
I will, I'm going to agree with everything you said, but protecting the president, that is the net. I mean, I've had all these MLB puns, but that truly has to be the best thing that has been said all night. Thank you for your valuable contribution to the broadcast, Hunted.
Absolutely.
Of course, not only that, obviously, you've contributed plenty of other things as well. But I believe we have one more tweet to look at, if I heard that right. All right, so let's get that one up here right now.
Vitali's cute.
I will accept this.
I mean, I can't disagree.
Vitali is cute. I have to say, I don't think I've actually been able to see Vitali in person, unfortunately. He's an admin here at the College Cardball Association. I don't think I've ever seen him in person. but he does look pretty cute as far as I can tell. So at least there's that.
Well, it has been an exciting night here at College Card Ball. It's been the CRL B stream. Week number 2 comes to a close for the CRL. There will still be plenty of action starting Monday. Runs all through the week next week, and we will finally see who makes it into the playoffs, which you're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be an awesome time. Squid, thank you so very much for joining me tonight. It has been a pleasure. I cannot wait to rewatch all of those wonderful puns that you had at the end there. Yes. But make sure you all stay for the host. I think we're actually going to be rating, so make sure you stay for that. Participate. It has been a wonderful night. Thank you so very much, and we'll see you again next week.